Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to create this card front, and then I'm going to create it into a hybrid card. So what I've done is started off with a 90 by 130 piece of project, and for this one I'm just going to add another page so I can show you to start from the beginning. Now I'm using the T4 designer paper, so I'm going to scroll down to the blue one here and just pop it straight on top. And then what I did, so I have to remember all these things of what I did, is I came up to the punches and chose a circle punch. And expand that. Okay, now while we've still got that, I'm going to matte it in Lucky Limeade, which is the colour that matches. I'm actually going to bring that up to a 4, I might actually bring it up to a 5. Click OK and then add a drop shadow to it. And I'm going to fill it with white. Okay, so that's the first part that we need to get done. Now the next bit that I'm going to do is to come into my global, and I just searched for a scallop. And it will bring up all the scallops that I have, and I chose one of these, which I do believe is a stamp. Now it will be rather large, so I've grabbed the corners and shrunk it down and just pop that down below, and then I'm going to colour that in Island Indigo, that one there, so that it matches my paper. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is come back up to punches and add a square punch. And this is going to be my next layer of designer paper behind. So I'm just going to expand that, bring that down, and that can come up a little bit more. Bring it a little bit over so that way you know that you've covered all the edges of your cardstock. I'm going to grab the Limeade designer paper here and just pop it in there. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to paper fill with that one there. Right, and then I'm going to pop those to the back. And pop this one to the back as well. And another one. There we go. Now I'm going to put a drop shadow on the bottom of my scallop as well. I'll just use the default one, and I think that does that nicely. Okay, the next thing, come down to your global search and just type in the T4, and that should bring up everything that's in this suite, and I want that one. I'm just going to pop that like so. Okay, now I also had a little bit of background colour, 2 little squares, so I'm going to back to my punches and another square one. I'm going to have it up in this area here, so I'm just going to position it where I want it and get the sizing right on it. And I'll put all of that to the back before I start playing with it. So as you can see, when I'm moving it backwards, it goes behind these layers, and you just need to keep sending it backward, not forward, backward, and that will go behind, and I want it behind my green layer as well, so I need to go back a little bit more. There we have it. Okay, now so that I've got an identical size down the bottom, I'm just going to copy and paste it, and I can drag that down and use that down here. Now again, I need to pop that behind, so it's just send backward. If I knew how to use my keyboard shortcuts, I would. and one more, send to back. Okay, now what I'm going to do is use my colour tool. Actually, I'm going to select both of them so I can do them both at the same time. So just holding the command key down and selecting both of them, and I'm going to come to the colour match, so your little eyedropper, and just choose a light blue to match, like that. And then just to make them separated a little bit, I'm going to matte them, bring that down and change the colour to Sahara Sand. Okay, and then add a drop shadow, like that. Okay, next, what did I do? My sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to come to my global search again, and I know that I have a nice punch in my grad party kit, which is this one here, my flag. And I'm going to put in a sentiment, and I think I just typed in moments. No, maybe I typed in create. That's what I did, and it's in the delight in the day, which I think comes in the original download, so we'll grab that as well. Right, just move these out of the way because I'm going to need to shrink them down. And shrink that down. I'm just going to pop them roughly here. You can distort the shape of them, they don't have to stay in that shape. Okay, and I'm going to colour fill that one in vanilla, and I'm going to matte it in Sahara Sand again, I think. Yep. Okay, and add a drop shadow. Now, this one here, I'm going to shrink again until it fits. And just work that one out a little bit more. Now you'll notice with this one, I'm just going to shift it again, you'll notice that this one has a see-through create moment. You can see behind whatever it is, so that's why it's sort of necessary to white out the flag behind it, the banner. Okay, now I'm actually going to colour that as well, so I'm going to come to my colour match tool and I'm going to pick a dark green from the leaf and click OK. Now I'm going to group them together, so command key and then grab the flag, right click, group and group. So now I can move that as one, and I'm just going to pop that behind. I want them to go right behind the circle here. Now I need to move that down so you can see it. Yes, I think I had it behind my circle. If not, that's fine. Okay, now I thought that I needed a little bit more on it, so I've come down and I've typed in Island Indigo, or just Indigo even, to see what embellishments I could find. And I found the Sycamore Street ribbon, which was from the Celebration CDs. Now look how huge it is, so we need to slide it along until we've got one of these little nodules on the corner, and we can just shrink. So we keep moving and shrinking. You'll notice it does get thinner as well, and we can pop that just above the scallop, and we need to set that behind, so there'll be a few layers to go behind. And that's done there. Now, global search again, and pearls, and choosing the large one. They've got rhinestones there as well, and the really large pearl there, but I'm going to grab one of them and bring it down here, and then I can do a copy and paste, and get them lined up. Now, I just want to show you something, see if it works. Grab both of them, right click and align, and then you can align to the right, and they should move in line and be together. So while they're selected, I'm going to group them so they become one, and then I'm going to copy and paste. So I can grab them and bring them up here, and then I'm just going to rotate them. No, rotate 90, and then shift them up there. Okay, and I do believe that that is my card finished. Now, what I did also, because I wanted to print this out, but I wanted to have this flower and cut another piece of it. So what I did was I inserted another page, just a blank page, exactly the same, and came down to my global search again, my T for 2, there we are. Left it at that size, just popped it up into the top corner, and that will print at the same time so that I can cut them out. Now when it comes to printing, you'll come down to the share and click on print, and it will ask you if you want to save, so yes you do. Okay, now we're going to go to more settings and pop up in the custom, so it shifts up to the top corner, and we want to have 2. Now because down here I've got exactly the same, so if I wanted to do 4, it should bring up 2 lots, so you know you're saving your whisper wide if you wanted to print more, which is something I just discovered today as well. So that's really great. So when you print them out, then you just need to cut down your card front, and this will print out, and fussy cut that and layer it on there. Now when I printed it out, I don't know whether it's my printer or I'm starting to run out of ink, or I don't know, but this is what I've got on my Facebook. It actually matched better with the Pacific Point cardstock when I printed it out. So what I've done is just layered it onto my Whisper White and then onto a Pacific Point card base, and I've popped some real pearls on and then just cut that out and layered it on top. And that was it. So very, very quick and easy. I'll just shrink that down. And that's how you do it. Really simple. So I hope you can play along and make your own cards. So I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks.